What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, if you're watching this video, you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Too Raw for TV. If you haven't hit that notification button, please hit that notification button so that you'll be notified of any and every video that drops on my channel as soon as it drops. If you like or at least appreciate the content on my channel, please hit that like button. These are things that will help not only my channel, but other channels in the LDBC, the Lions Den basketball community be that much better. If you want to support Too Raw for TV, if you want to show love for Too Raw for TV, if you choose to, you can do so in the links in the description box below. And you also can support Too Raw for TV via the Patreon for only $2 per month if you choose to. I thank everybody that has signed up to the Patreon so far and everyone that has supported my channel the past several months. Now, this is sort of a response video to Town Biz. He did a video asking whether or not if Steve Kerr should be fired, the Golden State Warriors head coach should be fired. And my thing is, I think it's not going to happen, and we all know why it's not going to happen. People are going to say, oh, well, Steve Kerr is a 5-time NBA champion, and he's led the Warriors to 3 NBA championships and, 4 consecutive final appearances. Let me see, 15, 16, 17, 18, no, 5 straight NBA final appearances. So, he's an all-time great coach, and those are the lines that the media put out there. But in reality, this team, as has been said ad nauseum, this team was basically constructed by Mark Jackson. Yeah, Steve Kerr made a couple changes here or there as far as their offensive strategies, but this team was constructed by Mark Jackson. They would eventually have gotten there if Mark Jackson was still the head coach, and I strongly believe that they would have won even more titles if Mark Jackson was still there, because Mark Jackson can make adjustments, something that Steve Kerr cannot do to save his fucking life, okay? And yes, the roster is depleted, okay? But there's no excuse for a coach to have multiple super blowouts this early in the season. Last night, they lost by almost 48 points to the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, I think it was, 142-94. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous. All right? No NBA team should be losing by that amount. I don't care how bad a team you are. Okay, you shouldn't be losing by 50 points. And even in the earlier part of the season, when they had Stephen Curry, they were getting their ass handed to them. When the deck isn't stacked so heavily in Steve Kerr's favor to offset his ineptitude as a coach, his flaws get exposed. Actually, his flaws get exposed every time in the playoffs, for the most part. Last year, Nick Nurse considerably outcoached Steve Kerr. A rookie coach, if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't that his first year, Nick Nurse? Either his first or second year. And he severely outcoached Steve Kerr in the finals. He got outcoached by Tyronn Lue in 2016. Yeah, you had the Draymond suspension. Yeah, Bogut went down. Okay, but he got outcoached in that series. If it wasn't for the brilliance of Kevin Durant, you know what I'm saying? Who knows how the other series would have, in 2017-18 would have panned out. What I'm basically saying is, when you look at that roster that they had, all right, before everything imploded this year, when they had Kevin Durant, you had Stephen Curry, you had Klay Thompson, you had Andre Iguodala, you had Sean Livingston, especially when they still had that bench. You know what I'm saying? That bench with guys that could start on some teams. You know what I'm saying? Barboza, Harrison Barnes. You know what I'm saying? When it was Spites, when they had a loaded fucking bench, that team was a damn near all-star team. All right? And the Cleveland Cavaliers beat that team. They made, you know why? LeBron James, they studied film. Tyronn Lue, they made adjustments. I'm not saying that without those suspensions, they would have won that series, but they made adjustments. The games got closer, and they came back from their 3-1 deficit. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, they're not going to fire him. And we know why. You know what I'm saying? But I'm enjoying this season because this season verifies everything that I and other people have been saying about Steve Kerr for quite a while. Steve Kerr's a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. He appears to be a really nice guy. But sometimes with some players, you can't be a nice guy. He doesn't seem like the type of guy who is an enforcer. You know, he isn't this isn't Mike Ditka, this coach, all right? And with some guys, man, you need someone to make sure that guys toe the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no excuse for an NBA team to consistently lose by 25, 35, 40-point blowouts. That shows a lack of effort. That's a lack of effort. I'm sorry. You could be a really piss-poor team. You could go 15-67 for the year. The Knicks have had horrible years recently, but you rarely hear about the Knicks getting blown out by that amount of points. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 20 points, okay. But 40, I think that's like the third or fourth time they lost by that amount this season, or at least were trailing by that amount. I remember one game in Phoenix, I think it was against Phoenix. They were down by 30 points in the first quarter. That's unacceptable in the NBA, man. And like Town said, the owners had to lower ticket prices to try to entice more fans to come see the guys play. So that's the part of the NBA that sometimes fans don't look at, man. They don't look at the business aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a business, okay? Now, like I said, I almost always side with the players because I'm a fan of the game. All right? Well, I'll put it like this. To be more exact, I side with the fans. I side with what's best for the fans. Not always what's best for the players, or definitely not what's best for the owners. Okay? Now, in this situation, don't no fan want to come out and watch no fucking... I'm keeping it real, man. Fuck it. Don't no fan want to see a bunch of fucking millionaires give a half-ass effort on the court with my hard-earned fucking dollars. I'm sorry. That can sound all fucking conservative, Republican. Oh, Mike, you sound like a conservative. I don't give a fuck. That's you spend $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, or whatever the fuck, you know, the ticket prices are, courtside, $3,000, $4,000 maybe this year, to watch a fucking team stink it fucking up, not play defense, you know what I'm saying, not give any fucking effort, and they lose by 50. Why the fuck would I want to pay and watch some shit like that? I'm not expecting them to be championship material. I'm not even expecting them to win, but give fucking effort. That's all. Try. I had some fucking dude tell me the other day, well, if I'm a player and I sign a fucking big contract, why try? I've attained my goal. That's the fucking problem right there. That's the fucking mindset of a lot of these fucking players right now. I'm only going to fucking try on my contract year. That's when I'm going to show you my full potential. Every other fucking year, I'll give you 50, 60%. See, I could really be a lockdown defender if I really tried. But the other years, after I made my contract, I I mean, on national TV, I'll show off, but regular games, I'll give half effort. I don't give a fuck about you fans. You know what I'm saying? You guys are peons to me. Thanks for paying my salary. Yeah, I could be a 25 points per game scorer if I want to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just going to play just good enough to, justify my contract. I'll put up about 17, 18 a game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to play defense in the other years. But in my contract year, when I need to earn it, oh yeah, I'm going to be a two-way player. But I'm a Hall of Famer, though. But yeah, I kind of deviated from the point, though, man. But Steve Kerr is definitely no Pat Riley. Okay? He's not even Al Attles. And Al Attles is probably, him and Don Nelson are probably the best coaches long term. Well, no, I'll say Al Attles, Don Nelson, and Mark Jackson if he had a longer career as head coach. But those are probably the best coaches in the history of the Golden State Warriors franchise. You know what I'm saying? Steve Kerr, he's been exposed, man. What I really want to happen is for him to be fired at the end of the season, but they give him the option of resigning. So they're not going to fire him. They'll just tell him to resign and save face. That'll be what might most likely happen. But they're going to make excuses and, wait for next year. That's probably what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to fire him. And, the media will act like they don't see this shit. They don't see Steve Kerr struggling. And they'll give him every excuse in the fucking book. Stephen A. Smith don't pull that shit with Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr's just not getting it done. I don't want to hear no excuses. And you got the coach. That's what you're getting paid for. Oh, yeah, but you don't pull that with coaches, especially the ones who are white. You don't pull that shit. Cool.